Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to see the most asked and must know questions for Tableau interview if at all you are planning to attend any interview in 2023. So these questions that I've collected were very frequently asked in multiple interviews in 2022 and also in 2023. So if you're someone who is planning to attend interview, or if you are someone who are actually attending interview, then these questions are something that you must definitely know. So without wasting much time, let us get started. And while doing so, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also don't forget to comment. So let us start with the first and the foremost question that everyone of us must know. That is, what is Tableau? So we are attending an interview for Tableau, and if we are not able to answer this type of basic question, then it leaves a very negative impression on the client. Now, what is Tableau here? So I'll keep it a very generic definition so that you can remember it. So Tableau is a data visualization tool that allows us to connect to multiple data sources, or you can say it as different data sources, and generate results instantly. So in a simple way, if at all you want to answer the question like this, it should be well and good. Now next important question you might get is like, what are the different products of Tableau? Now in real time, as the experience of ours is growing, they will expect that we should know about the products that Tableau is offering and what are the real-time use cases of that products. So one example is like earlier, if you see only Tableau developer or Tableau server would have been enough in interviews. But now they are asking about your experience in Tableau Public. Have you created any, worksheets or dashboards in Tableau Public? So now the awareness is growing more here. So that is what we need to, improvise on our learnings and maybe answer it whenever we get that type of question. So to answer this question, like Tableau products, first I'm starting with the foremost and the primary tool, that is Tableau Desktop. So this is purely for development of reports. Okay, and it is a license based product, which means whenever you are going in and working in real time, you will be given a specific license. Using that, you have to install it in your machine and activate it using the license and then use it. Okay, so that organization will take care of giving you license and all. You need not worry. That is one thing. Second important is a Tableau server. Now, once we create our report, we need a place where we can publish our report. That is Tableau server. Now, this can be your physical server, or it can be physical server means you need to install it on highly configured machine, and this task will be taken care by Tableau admin. So remember the role also. So he will be a pure admin guy. Okay, so he will install, configure according to user requirement or according to the clients or organizational needs. So he will take care of that. So for us, from developers perspective, it does not matter much. So next important thing is Tableau Online. So this is also a server, but this is a cloud-based application. But for us, as a developer, it does not matter much whether it is a Tableau physical server that is being installed or it is a Tableau cloud-based server, because for us, the interface will remain same. Okay, so it is organizational decision how they want to scale up or how they want to set up their server and all. Okay, so if we are part of that discussion, we will know, otherwise we will not know. Okay, that is one thing that we need to remember here. So all of these products are licensed products and cost involved products. Just remember it till here like this. Next is Next important product that we have is a Tableau Reader. So Tableau Reader, like the name itself suggests, is a application that is used to read Tableau files, like how we have our Microsoft Word, which is used to read dot document files. We have Acrobat Reader, which is used to read dot PDF file. So similarly, to read the files that are created in Tableau, we have an application called as a Tableau Reader. So you will see that the interface is very similar to Tableau Desktop, but with some limited uh, facilities or features in that. Okay, so this can be easily downloaded from net. I can share you the link if at all you need in the description box. So again, this is a free application, so we can share it to the end user if at all he is willing to see how we have developed report he want to see, then we can share, or we can ask him to download this Tableau Reader and configure it in his machine, and we can share our Tableau workbook, or he can download it from our server and open the workbook in his Tableau Reader. That is one use case that you will see for Tableau Reader. So next important application of Tableau is a Tableau Public. So we all might know about this. So Tableau Public is like our LinkedIn profile. Okay, so all the work that we are doing in a Tableau, if at all we want to showcase that, we can publish it to this platform called as a Tableau Public. But always remember one point, that anything that you publish here is publicly available to everyone in this platform. So make sure you are not publishing s- any sensitive data here. If you are creating any dashboards on the freely available data sources, then definitely you can publish the dashboard that you have created in Tableau Public. So in today's scenario, like in 2023, many interviews, they are asking experience on Tableau Public, because Tableau Public is evolving. Now you are getting option to create workbook in Tableau Public itself. So I would recommend, or I would encourage you all to just go there and play with Tableau Public and create few dashboards or few workbooks there and see how it is working. So you definitely need to know the difference between your Tableau desktop and your Tableau Public. This is something that we as a Tableau developer should and must know the difference. Okay, and a working knowledge is being expected in the interview. Okay, so suppose in real time you are on bench and they are giving you some assignments to complete and they are asking you to publish the work. Where will we do that? Because when we are on bench, they cannot afford to create one server and ask us to publish there. So instead of that, they will create a Tableau Public and ask us to publish there, like that. So in that time, this knowledge of Tableau Public will definitely help us. So next important application of Tableau is Tableau Mobile. So if you observe these days, majority of the work that we are doing is in mobile. Right now, when I'm recording the video, I am feeling that when this video will get published, you might watch it in mobile. But earlier, we have used mobile only for limited purpose. But now, 90 to 95% of the work we can do it from our mobiles only. Watching movies, writing email, or be it anything using any applications. So everything has a mobile version. So Tableau thought, we have an opportunity here to, show the dashboards. So whenever we are creating our dashboards, if we get a requirement that they should also be mobile compatible, then we configure it. Then we configure the layout according to the mobile devices as well. So remember this point. Okay, so currently this is available on Android and iOS. Maybe if at all you are interested, you can download and you can sign in and you can see the report here. So next important and the last product that was introduced by Tableau is a Tableau Prep. So this is like a data preparation tool that allows us to modify, cleanse, aggregate the data. The output of Tableau Prep will be the input to your Tableau. That is how it is. Okay, so do remember these products, and whenever you are getting uh, a question like this, I want you to explain them in detail, and because these are very important. This is how our journey as a Tableau developer will start. Okay, so next is what are the different data types available in Tableau. So this is pretty easy, but still I want everyone to know. First one is a string functions. Okay, and then we have date functions. So in date we have two, date and time function. So one is with the timestamp, another one is without a timestamp, and then we have numeric function, and then we have boolean, and then we have what else we are left with. So just remember these type of functions. So again in numeric you can categorize that as integer, float and all. So one specific function that we have is spatial function. So if at all you are playing with uh, a geodimensional data, or you are playing with the latitude and longitudes, then this type of functions will come into picture. So always remember this function, not only with respect to Tableau, but any other tool also you go, be it your Power BI or anything, most of the functions will remain same. Only some will get added or removed. But overall, the terminology will remain same. You will see string functions, you will see date functions, you will see numeric functions, you will see Boolean functions, you will see spatial functions. So this is something that I want you to remember, forever. Now, what are the different types of joins available in Tableau? Now, all those who are attending interview or all of those who are, actually preparing for Tableau, I think they all know this question. If you do comment it. So, what are the different types of joins available? So, left, right, inner, and outer. These are the four types of joins that are available in Tableau. Next important question is, so here I would encourage you guys to have your SQL also ready for each type of join, because when it comes to joins, not only like what are the different type of joins, you might get a question like this, or he might ask you to write four joins in SQL, or SQL for four types of joins along with the expected output for that join. This is, I think, this was the viral question for 2022, if you remember. Okay, so many channels, I think in our channel also this is published, but this is something that I want you guys to prepare thoroughly. What are the different types of joins available, and how we can write a SQL for that, and what we can expect the output. Okay, so just take whatever the sample table you want, and based on that you can write a join statement, and then have a output planned for that. See how the output is working. So I want you guys to technically or practically create this. So if you want me to create a dedicated video on this, do comment in the comment section. I'll definitely come up with a separate video only on this question, so that you become perfect in this question, because this is, I think, when it comes to SQL, this question has very high probability. Okay, so definitely one question you can get it here. Now next question is, how many maximum tables can you join in Tableau? Okay, so there were times when this question was almost asked in every interview. Okay, now I think it became so common that many know the answer. So if you know the answer, do comment in the comment section and let us see how many of you will be able to answer this. So as of now, we have 32 tables that we can make a join, but it is highly not recommended by Tableau to make so many joins. So first thing is we need to understand why is that we have to make so many joins in Tableau. Okay, and we also need to understand the performance implications if at all we are joining so many tables. And why is that we want to join from Tableau? Why can't we use a custom SQL? Or why can't we use a view on top of this table and use that as our base? So all of these questions we must answer first and then go for the join. So remember this question and answer, and along with that the points that we need to consider if at all we are actually making this number of joins. Okay, so next is name all the type of filters that are available in Tableau. Now this is one question which has very high probability that you might get in every interview that you go. So at least one or two questions you will definitely get on filters topic. So I don't want you guys to miss out an opportunity whenever you are getting a question on filter. So do prepare practically for this. Again, I think I have a separate video on filters topic. I'll share the link of that in the description of the video. You can go and watch it out. It is definitely worth your time. Okay, so what are the filters that we have? First one is extract filter, and then we have a data source filter, and then we have context filters, we have dimension filters, and we have measure filters, and maybe sharing filters. Okay, so we have all this type of filters, and I think cascading filter is also there here. Okay, so do remember this, and what is also important is the order of their execution of Tableau. Okay, so I think they are almost in the same manner. I think I have yeah, so most of them are in the same order. So this question is also very important from Tableau filters perspective, where we need to remember the order of execution of filters in Tableau, because in every interview you go, you will be asked this question, and the answer is like something like this: extract filter will be the first one in terms of priority, and then it comes data source filters, and then we have context filters, and then we have dimension filters, and then we have measure filters, and then we have table calculations. So something that we need to definitely remember. Okay, so pause. Next important question is, what are the components of a Tableau dashboard? Now here we need to know what are the different objects that we have in there, like that. So we have horizontal and vertical containers. We have image option. We have text. We have web, and I think button. So you need to remember all of them when it comes to the dashboard option. So here, this one: horizontal, vertical, text, image, web page, blank, navigation, download, and extension. So the more you remember, the better it will be. Okay. So I'm just writing what are the different connections. The next important question is, what are the different connections you can make with your data set? So again, we have live and extract connection. One of the most important question in Tableau we might be asked, like what is live and extract connection, and which type of connection have you used in your project, something like this. So I think this was again one of the very frequently asked question in many interviews. So if you have seen my videos of previous companies, I think in almost in many these things this question was covered. So try to have an answer like based on volume or based on client's need and based on the data refresh of the source. We can decide which type of connections do we really need. Okay, so that is something that we need to understand here, live and extract. Now what is a data aggregation and disaggregation in Tableau? Now I've seen many of subscribers or users or even my students getting confused with aggregation and this disaggregation thing. Suppose I have region here, and in region I have north, east, south and west. Okay, so assume I have these four regions. Okay, and all of this are under one common field called as region. Now if I say, like, say in north region I have 100, and in east I have 100, and if I say 100, and this is also 100. So now if I say what is the total sales of region, then we might answer it like 400, right? So this is an aggregated value. So what is the aggregated aggregation we are doing? We are doing sum of sales here for our region, then we'll get an answer as 400. But if I want to find out what is the individual sale, then if I disaggregate them, I'll get 100, 100, 100 like that. Okay, so one such example is if I go to Tableau and if I can show you here, I'm taking sales here and I'm dropping it. This is the aggregated sale. So how much is the total sales? It is 22 lakhs. This is my aggregated measure. But if I go to analysis, and you see there is by default there is a check mark on this, which is aggregating your measure. If I uncheck this, now see here what is happening. It is becoming sales, which means now it is not aggregating, and it is plotting all the sales that we have in this. Like, say if I put my cursor or here, it is showing 436, 66, 600. All these are different sales for my order might be. So if I keep my order ID, you will know for which order we have got this sale, like that. Okay, so you need to understand in which cases we should go for an aggregated measure and in which cases we should go for an disaggregated measure. So I have seen lot of confusion among the students, and they are not clear like whether I have to use aggregated measure or disaggregated measure. You need to understand the relationship between data and aggregation here. Then only you will be able to justify and use your aggregations accordingly. I hope this question is now clear. You will be able to answer in interviews. So what is rank function in Tableau? Okay, so I think in 2023 many interviews this question is being asked now. So rank function is specifically to rank your measure values based on the dimension you are specifying. One question, 1 minute. So the interviewer might confuse you with one more question here, like what is the difference between rank and index here. So I've seen many again confusing here. Index is just your number generation. Just remember that number generation based on number of rows of data that is available. So it does not sort. Okay, so only if you sort your view and you add index number, in that case you might get the correct value. Otherwise it will just generate the number of rows for that thing. But rank is something that will generate a rank for your sales, or what is the measure you have specified. So based on that we have different types of ranks that are available, like say dense rank is there, unique rank is there, modified rank is there, and then percentile is there. And so if you go to Tableau and we search here, I'll just create calculated field, and maybe if I search for rank, so we have this different rank, rank dense, rank modified, rank percentile, and rank unique. So I think we have written all except the normal rank. Okay, so I think I have already created a separate video for this. So if at all, I'll just paste the link of that. So we must definitely know what is happening in each of these rank types. How are we getting the rank values? That is something that is required. And this rank function also has a lot of importance importance in real time also. In many cases we use rank function to determine the value or rank of a particular thing. So next important question is, what is the difference between data blending and data joining? Now again, this is a confusing question for many. So data blending comes into picture whenever we are bringing in data from different data sources. Like say, one data is in Excel and your other data is in SQL, then in that case you go for blending option. Okay, not the join. Okay, the joining comes into picture when you are bringing the data from different tables, which means your source is same but tables are different. So in that cases we go for joins here. So this you need to understand. Okay, so in which cases we'll go for that and in which cases we'll go for join. And again in join you can talk about the number of joins available. So same question that we have available above about the joins, we can talk about that. This one, fourth question. Okay, something that is very important in real time between data blending and data join. So here also we might get some questions related to data blending, like when will you get uh, you know star mark in your real time, how will you fix that? So generally whenever we are doing a blending, it expects that there is a one-to-one relationship between the data sources that you are establishing a blend symbol. But when it feels that there are one to many fields that are available on the blend field that you are putting in, then it will get confused. Like say, state is there. Under state, I might have multiple cities, right? So now you are blending it on. So from other table also you have state. Now, when you are blending it on, like say Maharashtra here and Maharashtra here, but in again in Maharashtra I have Pune, I have Sholapur, something like this. Now, this Tableau will get confused which record it has to pick, whether it should pick something this or this one. Now it will throw you a star symbol. One to many relationship is there here. So we need to again blend it on city level also here to get the accurate data. So that is how the working of blend works. Okay, so again I'll paste the link of this also in description box. Do watch it out, it is very important. Okay, so this type of questions you will get it, but it can be in your second interview or second round of interview or third round of interview. If you are missing an opportunity to answer these type of questions, that it might have a negative impact. So don't miss this type of questions. If it is scenario based, it is a different situation altogether. But if you are getting a theory question, I don't want you guys to miss that opportunity. So at least for that sake, do watch that video that I'm pasting it here in the description box. Now next is, what is the difference between a worksheet, a dashboard, a story, and a workbook in Tableau? Okay, so now here the core part of a Tableau is worksheet, where your actual development works, or where you actually create your worksheets. This is something that you need to remember. Now, once these worksheets are created, or once you create your charts, you will put them in dashboard to represent a story or collection of, I will write it as collection of worksheets. So together narrate a situation or scenario. This is something that you need to remember always. So in terms of order of preference, first is worksheet, then is a dashboard, then is story point. Story point can have only one object at a time. It can be either your worksheet or only dashboard. It is something like this. Okay, so it cannot hold both the things at a time. Whereas your dashboard can have only worksheet. Okay, but a story point, you can have only worksheet or only dashboard. In difference, it is like similar to our PowerPoint presentation. So you will have multiple slides here. So next is Tableau workbook. Workbook is nothing but your one entire report or a complete book that you are working in. So if I go to my Tableau window here, you see here, this is Tableau book one. This is my one book, the entire work book. So in real time, it can also be your one report. Okay, so don't get confused. Often we get questions like how many dashboards you have created and how many reports you have created. So technically, those are two different questions. Obviously, number of dashboards will be very high compared to the number of reports. Okay, like say in one report, in one this Tableau workbook, I can have 2 to 3 dashboards, but report is one, right? Like that, similarly, based on situations, I might have more number of dashboards and less number of reports. Report means one workbook, like say your HR analytics dashboard, your account reconciliation dashboard, or healthcare dashboard. These are all one workbook. We are not specifically talking about a dashboard. We are talking about reports here. So be very sure what type of number you are giving in here when it comes to your dashboard and report. So if you have any question, you can definitely cross check uh, with the interviewer, like what is he expecting? Is he asking you about the report, or is he asking about the dashboard? Then you can give the number accordingly. Or you don't want to ask, maybe you can tell them, I've created 5 to 6 reports, but each report has close to 3 to 4 dashboards, and that is how you can answer them to be sure that you have answered that question correctly. Just remember this point correctly. It will definitely help you in the interview. Next is, what is the difference between parameter and a filter? I think again this question was asked to many of our subscribers. If it was asked to you as well, don't forget to comment in the comment section so that they know. So this is something that will make the nature of the workbook dynamic. Okay, if at all you want to pass a value at the runtime and you want your calculations to perform, then parameter will come into picture. It is not, parameters are not only specific to bringing in dynamicity. They are also important to bring interactivity to the reports. So if you remember the use case of sheet swapping, they bring in the different thing altogether. So based on the drop down, altogether we get a different chart. So based on the numbers passed, it will give you the top 5 or top n values or bottom n values. Based on the date selected, it will give you the data. So all of those are real time use cases. So you can definitely talk about this type of examples or situations that you have faced in terms of parameter. So I think in our channel we have close to 10 use cases that I've created on parameter and explained them in detail. You need to definitely watch that video because in real time we implement majority of those situations or scenarios and we come across such types. So it is very mandatory thing for any Tableau developer to know those. Okay, so next is what is the difference between Tableau current version and previous version. This is a pretty generic question, so I will leave this question up to you guys. But what my expectation is, at least have some difference noted between your previous version that you are writing in your resume. So you might get like, this might be a very casual question like what difference did you observe in your previous version and current version. Then we should be in a state to answer at least one or two differences. Like say there might be some new functions that Tableau has brought in, or new type of layout that Tableau has brought in, or new type of features that Tableau has brought in. So you should be in a state to explain that. Okay, so you can read that in the release notes of Tableau. It will give you an understanding like what is the new thing that is coming in, and then you can use it accordingly in your interview. One of the very commonly asked question is. Next question is what's the difference between .twb and twbx file extension? So .twb is a Tableau workbook symbol, which means it is all your work will be saved without the underlying data. Okay, so your dashboard will pop up the value only when it is connected to the data source, otherwise it will not. So it's like simply I'm writing a formula and I'm sharing it, but the results, the data source of that is available at my machine, like that. Okay, so TWBX is a packaged workbook. Packaged workbook means your data, sorry, your workbook along with underlying data is also saved. Suppose if I'm saving my work in .tableau workbook .twb and sending it to you, you will be able to see my work only if you have the data source in your machine. Otherwise, my report will be blank in that case. Whereas if I am saving my work as .twbx as a packaged workbook, which means I'm also saving the data that I have along with the workbook. Now, if I'm sending you this, I'm also sending you my underlying data along with my workbook, so you'll be able to directly see what I have done. Something that you definitely need to understand. So when would you use extract connection over live connection? I think we have answered this in the above thing here. So just remember that. So next is what is a VisSQL? VisSQL is nothing but visualizing your SQL query. Okay, so one of the core part of Tableau, how the visualization happen based on the query that we are executing. So next is what is the point of LOD calculation, or why do we use LOD calculation? This is something that was asked in many interviews. LODs are very powerful expressions that are there in Tableau. So they have totally changed the dynamics of how or what values we can get from Tableau based on the LODs that we are using. So it allows us to control the data at the level of aggregations that we need. So we can get what we need using LOD expressions. I think I have created a specialized video on this as well. It is something that is very important for you to watch. So again, I'll be pasting that. You can definitely watch that. Okay, LOD calculations. Next is it better to use a custom join or a Tableau made join? So when it comes to this, if you are making joins at a Tableau level and you have more than two, I think it is always better to go for a SQL join, or you do it at a SQL level like that, or you make a custom SQL and do the join. So your performance will definitely degrade if at all you are making joins at a Tableau level manually. Remember this point. Okay, so these are the first set of questions that I have prepared today, for you guys to help. and these are most of them are theory based questions. So next set of questions will be most on hands on questions that I'm bringing in. So don't forget to watch all the videos. This will definitely be a game changer for your interview preparation, and I'm sure you will definitely do well in the interviews. With that said, that's it from my side in this video. I hope this video was very helpful to you. If it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and have a good day.